Okay, so electrolysis or electrolytic cells, one main application of electrochemistry, and we use electrolytic cells for the extraction of metals, one very important application. And metals are extracted from their ores, especially the reactive metals, because less reactive metals are easily rather extracted by chemical reduction methods, like iron oxide is heated in a blast furnace with the carbon ore, with the carbon, and the ore turns to pure iron ultimately. But reactive metals are extracted from their ores by electrolysis method, electrolytic method. Okay, we'll start with electrolysis of molten compounds. Fine. The molten compounds mean, for example, we have sodium chloride. Now, no doubt sodium chloride is stable salt. It's flavoring agent, maybe preservative. Okay, we know this. NaCl, table salt, common salt, reputed for this. But you should know that this is basically the ore of sodium metal, or can be called as ore of chlorine gas, most common ore. NaCl, when it is mixed with calcium chloride, a little amount of calcium chloride acting as an impurity, and when it is electrolyzed, in the electrolytic cell, calcium chloride basically brings down its melting point from 800 to around 600. So somewhere in MCQ they can ask what is the impurity acting as here. Small amount, not playing a role in products mainly, but bringing down the melting point. Like in sodium, in aluminum oxide, the famous cryolite is added, and that brings down the melting point huge from 3000 to 980. Same here, sodium chloride is mixed with a little amount of calcium chloride, and we get sodium metal and chlorine gas. That is the electrolytic equation that can be written. The electrolyzed it is the chemical equation basically, because basically end of the day chemical reaction takes place. Electrolysis is a chemical reaction in which electrodecomposition of an ore occurs. Now how it happens basically? The electrolytic cell uses current, direct current, DC current. And look at this big terminal, big size, positive, and small size in physics as well, you know, negative. And it is these two wires are connected with the electrodes. Okay, maybe of the same size, just these two electrodes. And these electrodes are basically present inside the box we call as electrolytic cell or electrolytic box. The electrode which is linked with positive terminal in electrolytic cell is straight away called as anode. You will find oxidation occurring here. And the electrolytic cell linked with negative terminal is called as cathode. Now both these electrodes are made up of a material which is inert. Inert mean not reactive, non-reactive. And most common option, cheaper option, easier option is graphite, the form of the carbon that conducts. Both these electrodes, inert electrodes, and inside the inert electrodes, inside the electrolytic cell, our first case is sodium chloride. And sodium chloride mixed with calcium chloride, when a huge voltage is passed through, it is in molten form. Sodium ion and chloride ion, liquid form. So in our case, this is an electrolyte. An electrolyte is a charged substance in a form where ions are free to move. Then it qualifies to be an electrolyte. If it is solid form, for example sodium ion and chloride ion and sodium ion and chloride ion, they are packed in a 3D giant lattice. When an ionic compound positive and negative ions of anionic compounds are packed in a 3D giant lattice, a crystalline shape, a high melting point. It will not act as an electrolyte. But when it is melted, molten, a high voltage current passes through it, it is molten form, then ions are free to move. It means electrolytic cell is basically kept at a higher temperature than its melting point. So the ions are free to move, because if they are coming closer, if the temperature is decreasing, if the voltage is less, it means it is solidifying, ions are not free to move, so no electrode reactions are possible. We have electrolysis of molten compounds in our hand. The word molten means sodium chloride, NaCl in this case. When it is placed in electrolytic cell, it should be in the form of sodium ions and chloride ions. When we approach this electrolysis, we'll find out straight away cathode. Cathode is linked with negative terminal, mean it is rich in electron, the live wire, the current, and all the positive ion rush to the negative terminal. Positive ion they are. This is the charge plate. How come they stay here? They are all rushing to the negative terminal at once. And cathode, depending on the supply of the electron, quickly serve them with their need. All sodium ions are short of one electron, 1 plus, and they are getting the 1 electron. Each sodium ion, this is ion, is turning to atom, reversing back to the previous life. I mean, in previous life, it was sodium metal, we know, which was heated with chlorine gas and turning into sodium chloride. But when sodium chloride is electrolyzed, it gets back to the previous life, that is sodium metal and chlorine gas. Sodium ions, all sodium ions rush to the negative terminal. They are positive. We call them as cations because they move to the cathode and accept the electron there and turn to sodium metal. In the liquid form, it is obtained. Often you will ask a question that how the sodium metal is obtained at the cathode. It's a common question. Since it is molten electrolysis, temperature is high, then metals are obtained in their liquid form, piping around, collected there. And most important precaution is sodium is reactive. Keep it safe from air and water, moisture. Otherwise you will hear an explosion of the plant. Okay. Secondly, they can ask a question how the sodium is used, why they are getting it, why this expensive electrolytic process is done. And we know that sodium is used as in lamps. Used in lamps to provide a yellow glow. Sodium is also used in nuclear reactor because it transforms the heat out of the core reactor. That may not be a common use in your stage, but sodium is most common use. It is used as a fog penetrator lamp. Inside the lamps, sodium vaporized and provide a yellow glow. Okay, the typical night feeling, classical night feeling. Sodium releasing in the form of sodium metal. Simultaneously at anode, if you look at what will happen at the anode, you can find out that was the cathode reaction. At anode, chloride ions will turn to chlorine gas by giving off electrons. All these chloride ions, the negative ion, they are dragged by positive anode. They rush to the positive anode. Opposite anode, of course, will attract the anions. We call them anions because they move to the anode. And at anode, these chloride ions are giving away their electrons. Since chlorine stays in diatomic form, so I have written Cl2, it means there must be 2 chloride ions. You can notice it's application of redox, but because at cathode, gain of electron, that is reduction occur, and at anode, loss of electron, that is oxidation occur. So we have the chlorine gas in our hands at anode. Again, there is a precaution at the anode that chlorine gas must be taken in airtight cylinders. Chlorine gas must be taken in airtight cylinders. Otherwise, any release is toxic, it's poisonous, it's deadly. Somewhere if it is a little leakage, even the birds moving above can die. Chlorine is so poisonous, and chlorine has huge uses. I said in the intro as well, chlorine basically has saved more lives than any medicine because it is used as a water purifier, as a disinfectant, as a germicide, okay, in swimming pools, and chlorine is used widely as a bleaching agent. Plenty of uses, but the most important must be in your hand always. Chlorine is used as a water purifier. In parts per million it is used, a little amount, but it kills the germs. Okay, so we have sodium chloride as a starting material. Sodium chloride, the rock salt, the ore of sodium metal and chlorine gas, basically this table salt. And when it is mixed with calcium chloride, a little amount, and electrolyzed, its melting point is lowered from 800 to 600. In molten form, basically it is in the form of ions, sodium ion and chloride ions. And when you pass in the current, you will find out sodium ion rush to the cathode and accept electron there, and chloride ion rush to the anode and release electron there. You can notice this equation, sodium ion releasing sodium ions, going to the cathode, releasing in the form of sodium metal because it is accepting the electron there. So cation accept electron at the cathode and anion release their electron at the anode. Okay, look at these two equations. It has 2 electrons as a product. Sodium here, sodium ion is accepting 1 electron. We can even multiply this equation with 2. So there are 2 sodium atoms and providing 2 electrons. 2 chloride ions are releasing 2 electrons. So that is cathodic half equation. This one is anodic half equation. That is electrolysis of molten sodium chloride. Okay, we'll take so many other examples.